Question number 7, which of them is not equal to 0 for an ideal solution? A, delta V of mixing. B, delta P is equal to P observed minus P of Raoult, that is the pressure observed minus the pressure for the Raoult's law. Option C, delta H of mixing, that is the enthalpy of mixing. Option D, that is the entropy of mixing. Well, over here, whenever we are speaking with respect to an ideal solution, there are certain characters that one should remember. The characters are as such. We will start with the option A. So according to the option A, whenever we mix the ideal solution, in the ideal solution, once it is mixed, okay, the volume on mixing should be equal to 0. So should be equal to 0. That is one of the characters of our ideal solution. This is for ideal solution. So therefore, this has to be 0. So our first answer, that is delta V of mixing, is equal to 0. This should be 0. Let's observe the option B. So when we observe the option B, in this case, the total observed pressure, that is the observed pressure over here, is equal to the pressure calculated by the Raoult's law. Okay, calculated by Raoult's law. So therefore, in such conditions, what happens is that is P of observed minus P of that of calculated from the Raoult's law is equal to 0. That is nothing more than delta P should be equal to 0, and hence even this option B is also equal to 0. Now, when we observe the option C, delta H of mixing, that is when we mix the two ideal solutions, that time there is no change with respect to the enthalpy. So therefore, the enthalpy change of mixing. Okay, so this is also going to be equal to 0. Now, what remains as not equal to 0, and that is going to be the option D. Here, whenever we mix these solutions to form an ideal solution, that time it does not take into consideration of the entropy change as equal to 0. Here, the entropy of mixing, is not equal to 0. So therefore, one would say that the expression delta S is not equal to 0 would serve the correct answer. So therefore, delta, that is the delta S, option D, is not equal to 0. Thank you.